I am Andy Curtin. I'm sitting here with Vivek Majumanji.
That is right, Maji, just like a magic spell.
Maji. Magic? Are you casting with Majumanji?
It's a very cute kind of magic which is ineffective. Yeah.
I like it. Sounds Japanese. And we're also here with the other Mohammed Magdi.
I was going to say that. Mohammed Magdi also.
You can find me online at Andy Curtin on Instagram, Pornhub, lots of different places.
You can find me in your bookmarks, because if you're a true listener, you'd have bookmarked everything about me already.
Who uses bookmarks?
What?
That's true, actually, yeah.
Oh, do you have bookmarks with your face on them?
What are you
Yeah.
using?
Is that your merch?
I have little emojis. Yeah, my website, there's little icon
No, dude,
with my
he
face
means
on it.
bookmarks on an internet browser.
Oh. Am I
I
that
thought
bad?
physical bookmarks.
No, but like that's how how out of time using. What are you fucking using? Netspace?
Actually, I do for certain websites. I do. The history's terrible over there.
Vivek's like, you can find me online on ICQ.
Yeah, 7484877.
Or just email me with my AOL email address.
Exactly. Or at
Ben
Hotmail.
Quinlan, who was just headlining backstage this weekend, has this great joke about telling the women, is like, this is how you know your man is watching porn. Go home tonight, look at his internet browser history, and it's empty.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's staring at that precisely every day.
It's so good.
He's been online looking at nothing.
Exactly.
What do you do with the time? Nothing. Let me improve it.
His internet browser history is like a Chinese history book.
Nothing happened.
Browser history is like the 4th of June every day.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I wanted to do a bit where I was like, I think I'd make a great Chinese historian because I have a bad memory.
Exactly. Perfect.
Oh, that's good.
They're like,
Yeah.
what happened on this date? You're like, I'm not
I don't-
really,
I don't
you know,
really- yeah.
probably
It didn't.
nothing.
The day
Don't
didn't
remember.
happen. In the Chinese calendar, the day didn't exist.
They have 5,000 years of history. You would have thought a few more things had happened.
Exactly.
You think the history book would be much thicker than that?
You notice how they've always mentioned 5,000 years of history, but never anything that happened in those
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a
In the book
wall,
that says-
yada, yada, yada. We
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah,
In the book that says 5,000 years of history, every page says we have 5,000 years of history. And that's it.
There's just one page about how they invented paper.
Exactly. And that's what they had to show off. Let's print another page about it.
This is a book about paper.
Well, they did only invent paper, not ink, though. That is why there's nothing.
I thought your people invented paper.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh,
But
they
the
did?
Chinese claim it. No. I mean, I think we invented different kind of paper. We invented the papyrus, and they invented like A4 or whatever.
They didn't invent paper. They just cut the paper.
Yeah. Oh, my
They
God.
invented the ratio.
That does sound very Chinese. Like, what grade do you want to give the paper? A?
Yeah.
I want to give it 4 times. A.
I imagine like the first guy to invent A4, like they come around the next year, they're like, what do you got now? A3.
Yeah, they're like, whoa.
It's like the Elon Musk reveal, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Keep
And then
working.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a brick at it.
Yeah. 5 years later, he retires like A0. I don't know. I can't work with this anymore.
He's like, I'm a billionaire now.
I don't care.
I'm actually enjoying a Manna coffee right now. Manna is amazing.
I love Manna.
Yeah. Manna's on Staunton Street and Star Street. They got
Yeah.
2 stores. And yeah.
The good thing with Mana, though, if you're coming up Soho, the escalators, they end right where the escalator starts getting repaired, so you have no excuse.
Ah, nice. Conspiracy.
Yeah.
I can always tell when they're repairing an escalator in Hong Kong because I need to use it.
Exactly. Every single time, man.
Dude, every time I'm running late or
Yeah.
something, I'll be like, no worries, I'll just get the escalator.
You see, the thing, there was a comic before that said there's no bad escalators, they just turn into stairs, right?
Oh,
Mitch
Mitch
Hedberg.
Hedberg.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
but
so
the problem
good.
in Hong Kong, they probably
Yeah.
heard that. They're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna one up this guy. We're gonna just seal the
Yeah,
escalator.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't even go into the escalator anymore
That's
now.
funny.
He's like, sorry for the convenience.
They can't be broken, they can just be stairs.
Exactly. Yeah. They just seal it up. Like, don't even touch it.
I'm big on falafel because obviously they come from the Middle East, and
really
this is
breaking
my
the
favorite place to get falafel from.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good here.
Dude, that's like the only thing I'll listen to you on recommendations for.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, it's very good. Like I've had falafel all over town, and where I live in TSD, there's like all the Turkish guys and whatever.
Yeah.
This is the real deal.
Yeah. I mean, here I'll tell you this. I actually enjoy the burgers here simply because it's not just your typical Impossible meats and everything.
Right.
It's not the soy and all that. It's actually like proper like with lentils and everything. I was like, oh, this is impressive.
Nice.
This is actually work. This
Yeah.
wasn't just open
Yeah.
the packet and heat it up. This was actually like let's mix it up and mash it together. So yeah, I'm very impressed with that as well. But of course, the coffee, you can't go wrong with that.
I mean, you can.
Okay. Well,
They're doing
here.
great coffee, but like, yeah. In general, you can.
Coffee, I find like if it's got to be great if they're putting milk in it, or whatever, Oatly or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing, because he's working for coffee.
Yeah. No, I
And I'm
like
if they can't do it better than good, I don't want the milk in it.
Yes, you're right. The more I work there, the more complex I realize making a good coffee would take. Like
100%.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's just like burning the surface. Like you have to make sure it's temped evenly.
Yeah.
You have to make sure the milk is frothed at just at the right angle with the steam wand. It's a whole other science to it. We should get John back on the
But the
on
thing
the
is, it
podcast.
sounds pretentious, but if
Yeah.
you actually drink coffee, it's like the difference in taste is massive.
Oh yeah.
Like
no,
they
no.
burn the coffee a little bit, they burn
the milk
a little
yeah.
bit. You're like, this just tastes like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too
And then they
milky
get
or
it
yeah.
right, and you're it's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny. It's kind of like stand up, where it's
Yeah.
like the fact that it's so easily done badly means that when it's done well, you're like, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But sadly, though, it's kind of like just like sound design as well. When it's done well, most audience like that's normal. That's
Yeah.
what I expect. I mean, why am I surprised by this? But then they have to encounter the. Really,
I mean,
really
some
bad
people
ones.
also make it so seamless.
Yeah.
That they make it look easy. That
Yeah.
other
Me,
people.
I make it look really hard.
Oh no! You look like you're working all the time. You're trying really hard at. Maybe
way-
that's your problem.
So we're gonna talk today about stand up. So it's
Oh no! We're gonna talk about your stand-up.
Yeah, we might as well, man.
Yeah.
not only do you make it look like you're working, you
Yeah.
make the crowd look like they're working as well.
Exactly.
Exactly. People come to the show like, can I go to the front stage show? This is terrible. Why am I here? I paid for the proper ticket.
I just found out why they put the backstage at the back.
Exactly. It makes sense.
Why they don't force the audience to sit at backstage.
Exactly. Yeah, but comedy's coming back though. I mean, with the COVID and everything opening up a little bit more, we've got live shows.
Well, we've got a huge show coming up on the 1st of July.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
So it was the lawn, previously known as the Grounds, which is basically AIA Vitality Park. You know,
Basically, someone in the law department was like, "We got to change the name for legal reasons. Get
Yeah.
a thesaurus right now."
And
we're being
change
sued by the floor.
and you're like, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna put the stage on the other side.
Yeah.
No one will know it's the same
Exactly.
place.
It's completely different.
The lawyers come in. Hi, we're looking for the Grounds. We've never heard of that place.
Exactly.
As you will see, the Grounds famously had a stage over there, and yet that same stage is 20 meters over.
Exactly.
Exactly the same. You literally just turn the seats around.
Exactly.
For legal reasons,
Yeah.
I can't respond to your question.
I give it like a year before they change it to the land. Keep it neutral.
The sea. Just
grass.
move it into the harbor, like floating over the harbor.
Welcome to the dirt.
Exactly.
But you know what? I will say this. So I went there to like a kids thing to the Grounds, and it was nice. Got free tickets to the Wheel because it's all owned by run by the same company. And when was the last time you did the Wheel?
I did it actually a month ago.
Oh, damn.
Did you do that augmented reality thing?
I did not because I simply was like this. No.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
what?
Great.
Yeah, you can. They have a little augmented reality thing.
So what is that?
So you know what augmented reality is, right?
Yes.
The concept of it.
Yes.
So you scan a QR code and
Yeah.
you're basically you're on the wheel
Yeah.
looking at what's around you through your phone, and then you're picking years.
Oh, that's so
So you
cool.
can see what it looked like in 1850,
Right.
in 1900.
Yeah.
And like it's phenomenal because so much of that land is reclaimed.
Yeah.
So when you go back to like 1850, there's a couple of buildings that are still there,
Right.
But they're way back. And
Yeah.
you're looking down on boats.
Yeah.
like you're on the wheel,
Yeah.
looking down on the water because
That's
what
super
was
cool.
there
That's
then.
where okay.
And then actually the reclamation didn't happen in one go. So as you go through the years,
Yeah.
it's like
It's coming
further
closer,
out.
yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah, wow. I gotta do that. I mean, I'm just cheap. Like I look at it, I think it's like what, $50 or something.
No,
it's
even
not even
cheap.
that
20,
expensive.
It's like
20 or
$30.
something.
Yeah, you see, that's
But
how
still.
cheap I am. I look
Yeah,
at it, I'm like, nah.
Well, I
I got free tickets. That's why I went.
That's
Yeah.
why. You
also-
both got free tickets. That's
Yeah,
what
oh, you got free tickets?
No,
Yeah.
that's what he was saying.
I'm paying for that shit.
I would
All right,
think
Alon,
Mo.
I am running the show. Hook me up.
Yeah, I'd be like with Mo. I'm like, there's IFC next door, and I could take a lift to go up and look at the same.
I mean,
view.
that's a very good point. Actually, is it's like
Can you go all the way up IFC?
I think they have the one of the monetary museums is quite high up. You can take a
Really?
look there.
Because I always go like where Shake Shack is, that
Oh, yeah, that
floor.
floor, the garden,
and that's
yeah.
the garden. It's
That's
beautiful.
not
It's
that
free.
high up.
Yeah. You can go a little bit higher from there in the building.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So you can go much higher up.
You can, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
otherwise, just go to Ritz-Carlton, man.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just go there for free. I mean, I'd like to look at the menu.
Yeah.
Beside the window.
No, we used to do that.
Yeah, and Lang Kwai Fang on California Tower.
No, I was thinking of in Shanghai, the bottle opener.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
right.
like a Hyatt on the
Yeah.
60th floor or something.
Yeah.
It might even be the 80th floor. It's
Yeah.
super high up.
Oh, it's so nice.
And you just go and you're like, I'm thinking of staying.
We used to do that also in California Tower with whatever the French place on the
Yeah,
rooftop.
c'est la vie.
Yeah, c'est la vie. So that was also a really nice view.
Well,
But like they knew we were working in the building, so they would just let us. But sometimes they're like kind of iffy about it.
You know, that's why the wheel isn't that great though, is because so much of this city.
Yeah.
You know, how many good spots do you see the city?
You know,
Yeah.
that's why
It's not even that great an angle.
like that's why the AIA on the wheel doesn't actually mean AI the brand. It just means some guy did the wheel, built it, and was like, ah yeah.
Comedy, everyone.
Backstage
Every time
comedy.
he goes on the wheel, they're like, "We know, Vivek. We know. You said it last time."
He's like, did everyone hear it? Did you hear in the back, sir? Did you hear it?
You saw it as the wheels go down, he's
Yeah.
like yelling it at the people.
Yeah.
I endorse yeah.
Oh man, that was terrible.
Man, terrible. But yeah, so
Where do you think is the best place to see the view of the city?
honestly, Sky 100 is really good. Like in ICC.
ICC, I have
Oh,
been
yeah.
there.
On
I have
the
been
100th
there.
floor,
That
it's
was super nice.
Very impressive.
Very,
It's
very
impressive.
impressive.
Simply because honestly, the 360 view
Yeah.
is like, whoa, I've never seen it all at one place.
It's also like the view is much. I live in Kowloon, but the view is much better off the island.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I know I live in the shitty part, but I have
Yeah.
the privilege of looking at the good part.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's funny. Garen made that point the other day. Is like everyone that lives on the island poops on Kowloon.
yeah.
But that's the view.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like if you think you're so great,
Yeah.
then go and look at the place you think is great.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, like even at the Peninsula Hotel, I think the male urinals you can actually be looking out the window while you're taking a piss.
Oh,
And you
really?
can watch the.
Oh,
the
I think
harbor.
I don't
ICC
think
is
you're
actually
so-
kind of like that.
Vivek, I don't
That's-
think you're supposed to do that.
No, yeah, you're right.
Even
The
at the
ICC
Peninsula,
is,
the custom is always correct.
He's like, even
Huh.
at the peninsula, if you're peeing in one of the pot plants near the window,
Yeah. To
it's
me,
a cultural experience.
Exactly. Just show them your hotel guest card. They're like, please continue.
Yeah,
sir.
please.
please.
Vivek's like, they'll let you look at the view for as long as you want, as long as you're urinating. No one's going to stop you.
Exactly. Yeah. They just wait. They're like, this guy's drinking too much.
I got randomly invited to a meeting at a rooftop bar that I'd never even heard of, like right next to Times Square. I think it was
Oh,
called...
Cadillac.
No, it wasn't called Cadillac. I think it was started with A, and it was just like a random building.
Is it in Times Square?
It's maybe a street over.
Oh, okay.
But it's you go straight up to the top of the building, and it's almost an uninterrupted 360-degree view around there. Phenomenal
floor was
rooftop
this?
bar. I think it's called Alto.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that.
I'd never heard of it, and I just like walked out, and I was like, "Damn!" That's the thing about Hong Kong is you don't. You
Dude,
so
remember
much-
we had an event for Live Nation at a really, really nice hotel in Admiralty.
That was
Admiralty
the
is Jake-
Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
Oh, my
Murray.
God. It was
Wow.
so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
classy.
too nice.
So
like,
the
I
Mur-
went there and like I felt like I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So Jim Jeffries was staying there when we had him here.
Yeah.
And we landed, with only a few hours before we to get to the show.
Yeah.
We landed from Tokyo. And I hadn't had a shower. We
Yeah.
like barely slept. And I just said to the tour manager, he's like, you can have a shower in my room if you want.
Yeah.
And in the Murray, they've got those windows where like you hit a button and it clouds out.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so he had like a low floor room.
Yeah.
And I'm in the shower trying to get the fan on. And I just like switched it to glass.
Yeah.
Oh,
And all
man.
these people are looking up like, "Ayah!"
Nice.
Oh man, that's why they have another brand called AXA. They're like, no,
Take me back to the wheel,
Yeah,
quick!
exactly.
I need augmented reality.
exactly. Yeah. For the rest of their lives,
Someone
everything's
give me
censored.
the pixelation.
Oh
I
man.
tried to do a bit ages ago about like when they pixelate the penis in porn. It's like it looks like the penis is like a witness.
Oh yeah. They're all in the witness protection program.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's true. Some of them are dimly lit. You know, these weird sounds.
Some of them, they muffle their sound.
Exactly. Yeah, because the whole time it's trying to speak, and all you can hear is the whoop, 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 whoop. Very good point. See, I would like to just clarify to everyone, comedy is back, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You headlined, sold out 2 shows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we did
man.
That was fantastic.
And smashed it.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, the best thing is also when I'm headlining shows, I get to kind of like dress up really badly, and I finally pick up all the clothes that I would never wear, like certain pants and everything.
Oh yeah. You were.
It was terrible, dude. I was looking at my photos. I'm like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, wait, was that on purpose?
That was kind of on purpose because I felt bad with all these clothes in my closet. I'm like, I really should use these somehow.
And you picked your biggest show of the year to do that?
Yeah. I figured at least it'll be memorable.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. This guy is seriously.
Yeah, the feedback was like killer show, terrible sense of fashion.
This guy-
What is up with this guy?
sponsoring
It reminds me of that Dom Herrera's got a joke where comedians always say it's a true story. It's a
Oh,
true
yeah,
story.
yeah.
It's like no one cares.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody cares.
It's like nobody cares. No
Yeah.
one's the next day being like,
Yeah.
that comedian last night was terrible.
Yeah.
Talk about
If anything,
talk about integrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if anything, now I'm like, I'd rather not clarify if it is a true story because if someone does hold it against me, I'm like, oh, what's
Yeah.
a true story? I never said it.
I mean, I don't say that as well, but like I like the idea that you can say a true story even though it's not a true story, because anything on stage can be
Yeah.
made up.
Which you didn't before stand up. You hadn't heard of lying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, why do you even have to say it?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
Yeah.
my relationships with women have skyrocketed since
Yeah.
stand up taught me that you can say untruths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on stage, and people will believe it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the number of times people have actually believed everything you say on stage.
Oh, it's so crazy.
after
Like,
shows,
there's like, is this true? Like,
I
you
have
people.
the opposite problem.
really people don't believe a
I
word?
talk about my actual life, and people are like, that couldn't be true.
No, you don't have
Nobody's that pathetic.
kids. Yeah, so no, two good shows over Friday, Saturday. It was a lot of fun, especially I like back-to-back long shows simply because
Oh,
Yeah,
the best.
they're
Right?
great.
yeah,
The best.
Yeah,
Anything
2 nights in a row when you're like,
Yeah.
get
You got a
your
real
like,
chance to
Yeah.
review it, like take a shot at it, get another shot at it.
yeah.
When I recorded my special, the crowd stank on the Friday.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say they stank. Like I don't want to blame a crowd, but when you're filming a special, you just want to have a great crowd.
Yeah.
You want to have a crowd.
I was on tour and he messaged me after the show. He's like, I'm not gonna use any of this footage. He was so
Ironically,
upset.
They used quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
You don't think about that, but you can once you clip it out.
Yeah, also like you get off stage and you kind of have an idea of how it went, but then the next day you listen to the set or you
it's
watch
different.
the video, you're like, oh, that's
Oh,
quite
they
different.
were bad. They were bad.
Yeah.
No question, they were not good. But like in terms of just like if you're doing a recording, you just need to have big laughs.
Right.
They were hit and miss. They went
Yeah.
big laughers and stuff like that. But you come back at it the next night and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good thing is
fool me
that
once.
the good thing is now we have enough like basically stock audio of people laughing at backstage shows that should someone need to use
Nice.
this
I've never
audio.
tried that.
Really?
No.
Oh, it's the worst, man. Don't ever try it. Like, it's
Yeah.
because like when
It's
you
so
hear it,
artificial.
Yeah,
Not just
it
that,
is.
no, 'cause,
It's
like,
also
every-
like any intelligent person watching a video knows.
you would know.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you.
Yeah. Oh, you would know. And the worst thing is like if people say, yeah, it's pretty funny, you're like, that was fake.
Yeah,
That laugh was
yeah.
fake. Oh god, I can't live with myself.
It's
I
just
get
the
it.
timing. Yeah, the
Yeah,
timing
it just
looks.
doesn't work.
There's
yeah.
a guy that works for Live Nation in the UK that's a stats nerd about what makes videos work, and he's made some accounts go crazy big.
Yeah.
And he sent me a list. They figured out, they like trawled the data of like stuff that makes videos do better.
Yeah.
And one of them is the beginning of the video should have trailing laughter from a previous joke.
Right, so people like
They
think like
okay, you're already funny.
Yeah,
so
you're already funny.
What am I missing?
Yeah.
That's
That's
very
a very
smart.
good
my
point.
my boss John, who's on the podcast before, gave me a great book called "How to Make a Video That Doesn't Suck."
Oh, you sent me that. I've still got that
Yeah,
sitting in my
it's
to-do
very
list.
good. Yeah, it's great. I read it when he gave it to me earlier in the year, so I already forgot everything in it. But if I am to make like a video, I'll go back to it because it has some great tips.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I'll send
idea,
it to you. It's in a PDF.
actually. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
What's he telling you? when
What?
he's like, "Hey Vivek, here's
Yeah.
a book that you might find interesting.
Yeah.
How to make a video that doesn't suck."
yeah, it's like okay. Yeah.
It was more like, can you make my videos for me?
Exactly,
and
yeah,
make
yeah.
them not suck
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yours.
Yeah. Follow this guideline as well, please. Yeah. And notice the guideline has handwritten scribbles of like how to not make a video suck.
Here's
Don't pay.
another book, how to shower properly.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait a second. What are you giving me all these books for? They're all one page only.
How to take a hint.
exactly. Goal, man. Yeah. So that show. And what else has been happening with like comedy shows?
I
as
mean,
well?
we've had
No. We actually we didn't even get into the lawn show. By the way, we started talking about the wheel and then shitting on the lawn and the ground.
Hey, here's this great show we're having at a great venue, and
Yeah.
here's 10 minutes of why the venue is horrendous.
It's shitty.
Yeah, exactly.
The venue's fantastic. So basically, it's a huge outdoor venue with pods. You know, they're kind of the hottest ticket in town at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, lots of big. They were doing live screenings of movies. They got DJs,
Music acts,
all
yeah.
this, lots of different stuff. And so we're collaborating with them to put a comedy show on the big stage there.
Yeah.
And it's
1st
gonna
of July.
It's going to be rad. I mean, you're sitting out and you've got lawn chairs on grass and
Yeah, you can also see the comics on the screens near you. And yeah, it's gonna
Let's
be.
not make too many promises till we've done them. They'll also be giving you free shots.
Yeah, the best thing was having other people on the bridge walk by and you're like, you're not part of it. We're exclusive.
It
Yeah.
does. You know, I was walking
Yeah.
past there the other day and like, did you ever do that show in Melbourne, the silent comedy?
Oh yeah, where it's near the riverside.
Yeah,
and
but it's next to the train station.
Yeah,
Did I
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
about
Oh
this?
yeah.
So
You guys
it's
told me about
basically
it.
like
Yeah.
silent disco.
Yeah.
The audience all have headphones on.
Yeah.
But the thing is that no one, like, there's a comedian speaking in a microphone at normal volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one can really hear what the comedian's
Of course,
saying,
yeah.
except for the people that have the headphones
Sure.
on. So there's a bunch of people listening, laughing,
Yeah.
standing at a person who appears to be making not much sound,
Yeah.
and it's right next to a train station.
Yeah, that's
all
so
these
good.
people waiting for the train are just standing there,
Yeah.
staring.
Yeah, is
And
it an outdoor space?
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I want to do that. That's
It's
so
crazy,
cool.
right?
So
Yeah.
you as a comic, you don't have headphones on because
You-
you're only
you
listening.
You have headphones
Oh,
on.
so you're picking up the sound from the audience.
They've
They've got mic'd up.
They
Yeah.
mic- oh, that's so cool.
The sound is great because you get, not only do you get your own voice,
Yeah.
but you also get a feed from the crowd laughing.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
what
can
I'm
hear
asking
them
you.
laughing.
Yeah.
Wow,
Right?
that's
And
so cool.
Everyone on the street is like, oh, I want some of that.
Yeah, but then like the
Yeah,
like
you're like, hey, how about not be poor?
Yeah, exactly.
but so many times they're like, hey, look at this asshole
Yeah.
staring, and everyone's turning around laughing at this person. Like they're sitting there watching this thing, they can't
Yeah.
hear any sound. They're like,
Yeah.
what is this? And then everyone
Yeah, exactly.
simultaneously turns around and starts laughing at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they started putting headphones on the fence.
Ah, that's so
and the
so people can
comedian's
just
like,
tune
hey,
in.
put the headphones on.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, while they're waiting for the
Oh,
train,
that's
they're-
so cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was
is
really
it a
good.
running gig?
They do it every
Big-
comedy festival.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so it's not like a regular showcase
I mean,
or
it's
something.
just a bar.
Yeah, okay.
It's like an outdoor bar.
Can someone copy this idea? Like, is that something that they are?
no,
they
it's
have
not,
the
it's
IP
not
for?
copyrighted. No.
I've never seen it anywhere else, but it's you could do it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
I would
totally-
like to try it at some point.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
well, it's as
It's
a
obviously
as
an
a
investment.
Promoter,
Yeah.
The tricky thing is, number one, you've got to have a set of headphones for every single
Yeah, yeah.
audience member. So
Yeah.
that's already like
Yeah,
a cost
investment.
investment.
Yeah.
And then it's not, micing the crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
You got to like hang a mic and then do the levels
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. And have
I
it-
think it can be a really cool gig, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I loved it.
Yeah.
yeah.
dude, Will Silvinch, absolutely. Like when you see someone like Will do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, to watch a crowd full of people laughing simultaneously when you can't hear the stand-up.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So,
It's
like,
almost
they
like
are-
those.
people are
What is
falling-
like the laugh therapy?
Oh, the
some
laugh
people
yoga
like
and stuff,
Indian
right? Yeah.
stuff. They have like a guru who's just like getting people to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those
And-
people are genuinely insane.
exactly. Yeah. exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not talking. You can't compare them to crazy people. but it's also I've seen little clips of that laugh therapy. But the thing about the laugh therapy is like it doesn't have punchlines.
No, yeah.
So like there are punchlines that you can't hear.
Yeah.
So the laughs are coming simultaneously.
Right.
So like it's like silence.
Yeah, and then
a
bah!
big laugh
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
It's a bizarre thing to watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to take your headphones off
Yeah.
and just listen to the room.
Yeah, of course. That would be super cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially when someone's crushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what you can do, you can overlay someone else's video that would just bomb. And I'd be like, this is pretty good. This guy-
That's so funny. Is someone tanking?
Yeah.
You're like, you guys in a relationship?
Like, hey, you know what? It was the audience that
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
This is actually pretty funny.
That's so funny.
Oh, you could totally do that, man. You can have 2 rooms. You have basically the silent comedy room, and you got the live comedy room.
Yeah.
And just see who's louder. And
Yeah.
it'll break your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shows, man, we've been killing sales lately. We had
Yeah.
6 shows in 2 weeks. 5 of them, I think,
So
sold
yeah,
out.
his weekend and Ben's weekend back to back. That's 4 shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but
then
in the middle, we had the
By Joe Debates.
City Kids.
oh yeah, City Kids. That was a private show, but
yeah,
still,
but sold out.
yeah, it's completely sold out.
Someone sold tickets to that, and they sold all the tickets to that.
Yeah.
And then By Joe Debates was like, you know, it was a
Yeah,
good show.
it was okay. Yeah, and yeah, that's all together. I don't even know how many tickets is that. It's a lot
Yeah.
for a gig that is so new. It's literally the newest gig in the city.
Yeah.
It's probably like 360 tickets or something.
Yeah, yeah. No, the momentum is amazing. We have.
I think it's more than that, actually. Yeah, I'm headlining this weekend.
Oh yeah, okay. Tell us about that.
Hey.
Yeah, I can't really. But the show is called Flight Risk.
Hey Andy, why are you headlining after you headlined like a month ago?
Yeah. I wonder why someone would do something like that.
I know. Mysterious.
We will figure it out at the show.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I'm excited for that. Tickets are on sale now. Yeah.
But, like, what I'm all curious now that the shows are coming back and everything, like what would be the next level for you guys?
Oh, well, the 3 things that I want to see, or the 2 things I want to see are, number 1, just every week 2 shows a week. That's a big step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an important step because it means that the number of spots gets closer to the number of people on the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it means that we're giving opportunities every week to the people that we're developing.
Yeah.
Which I think is really critical. And then also, you know, what this scene is really missing is a strong open mic. I mean, Aftermath is doing a lot better. But, you know, when we were running open mics, you know, we're getting in.
I think the
60
difference is that we curate open mics as well.
Yeah.
So
And what I've found is when you have a great open mic, the number of new people coming through goes way up.
yeah.
And
And they're usually attracted because it's kind of like a high level open mic, so it doesn't actually attract the hobos and the weirdos.
yeah,
It attracts people who are like have already had interest in comedy,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, that's what I want to try.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
yeah.
also so tough on people who are potentially funny, their confidence.
Yeah.
If they get up in a room where no one's listening, everyone's bombing, the host
Yeah.
is doing too much time, and they just go, "Oh, this is was." They don't
And
have
there's
a
no
positive
audience.
experience.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if it's a tight show, there's an active audience listening, they're not exhausted, they've been laughing, and the
Yeah.
host is doing well, then
I mean,
that
the other
person
thing-
has a
yeah,
chance. It's not to say you're guaranteeing that everyone's going to do well, but you're massively shifting the stakes in favor of it being easier and going
Yeah.
better,
Yeah.
and also like
the overall experience.
But even if it's your first time, you don't have like a high bar of like crushing.
Yeah.
You know, like if you could get a few laughs in there, you might feel good about it. But if you get up, and you're anyone, I don't care how many years you've been doing comedy, if you get up for 5 minutes and there's a room full of comedians not laughing,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
tough. It's
Sometimes
not
you're like, all right, that's not for me, I guess.
Yeah,
great. You just go, I didn't enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what kind of masochists are able to get through. Like, I never understand how people start doing comedy in New York.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
I mean,
over there.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to New York?
I've been to New York. Yeah.
Did you do the
I've done comic strip, and I did one open mic. I forget. I think it was Rising Star. I think I did.
Savage.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait,
Catch a rising star?
Shut down
That-
the
yeah.
night.
no, then what was that? No, it was like some basement or something. I can't remember now.
He did.
all
He did the
basements.
falling star.
yeah. That was the one. That was a crap show.
Yeah.
Greenwich Village, maybe.
Maybe I can't remember.
The
It was like I think
Lantern.
like what almost 10 years ago. So I don't.
Oh,
remember.
okay.
Well, all these places were around then.
Okay. Because I
mean,
remember.
dude, basement in New York. They're all basements in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, comic strip's not basement.
Comic strip's not.
Hey, look at me. Look at me doing
There's
ground
no-
floor comedy.
There's a few that aren't, but
Yeah, but I
there's
know what you mean.
many
Yeah,
that
most
are.
of them. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
many that are.
Yeah, I imagine. I've never been, but I imagine starting there is brutal.
Oh man,
Oh, man.
open mics, because the thing is, if you come to an open mic in a less developed scene, let's say you're in an open mic like Hong Kong,
Yeah,
the most experienced comics will do the open mic.
Yeah.
because they need stage time.
of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a result, the audiences are better because
Yeah.
they're like, I might see someone good, and
Yeah.
the overall event is better. But in New York, number one, if you're semi-decent at comedy and you've been there for a while,
You're
you don't
already
need
getting
to do open
paid.
mics.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got enough
You're doing
stage-
spots.
You're doing
Yeah.
spots on shows.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do it over there. Yeah.
You can get
And you're
you
getting
get
paid.
multiple spots on
Yeah.
shows every night.
Yeah.
You know? And then in addition to that, why would the audience go to an open mic? They can watch famous people for free pretty much every night of the week.
Right. Yeah.
elsewhere,
Like the audience has got way better options.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So the open mic audience tend to be other open micers and maybe their friends who are
And
there
they
to
are
just see their friend.
Beaten
Oh, yeah.
down.
Oh, my
they're-
God.
But they're not just open micers. They're open micers that aren't able to get on shows.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not all of them. Like you'll see good comics at some open mics, but for the most part, like you see people who've like been doing open mic for 15 years,
Doing the
and
same
never
5
figured it
minutes.
out.
Oh my God.
bro,
Brutal.
savage.
Like that would probably be like, I don't know, like a bunch of people coming up on stage and saying hot balls of gas and stuff. You know?
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Like,
why would you
imagine
do
someone over
that?
there would do
Yeah.
that for like 10 years.
it kind of reminds me of Seinfeld was talking about late night television. He's like, late night television is a human torture experiment where they put a person in a room and see how long it takes for them to go crazy, and they stay there for decades.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is true. It is.
Yeah, it
true.
is. Yeah. Was he
Very
talking about
true.
Carson?
I mean,
Like,
all
just
of
in
them.
general,
Yeah, I guess
like
all of them,
crazy.
yeah.
I mean, like, that's every single night of your life.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many-
they all lost it. You're right. Like on some level, Jay Leno
I mean-
collecting like garages of cars.
Yeah.
Like he has full buildings full of cars. That's not actually a sane attitude to
Yeah.
things.
I mean,
You-
that's what people do when they have money, bro.
yeah, but that's I think
No,
it's
kind of like the idea that you just want to do something for yourself, but you can't really enjoy it. 'cause,
Yeah,
like, you
that's
have no
right.
Time to enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I know what you mean.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I bet you he has tons of time to enjoy his
Well,
car.
now.
I mean, yeah, but now he's like what 85 or whatever,
Yeah,
so
dude.
he's not like really.
Yeah. It's cruising down the
80,
road.
he's not 85.
He
What
looks
was
85.
Leno was
He's probably 60 something.
70s? Yeah,
well,
dude.
Yeah, so okay.
70, 80. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. I mean, we're done.
Anything after 65, all right.
Yeah,
No, I mean like 1970s. I mean like he was young.
But still, I mean, but then
you're doing the show what 6 nights a week? It is insane. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
a
crazy,
it's not a
man.
healthy way to do
Yeah.
things.
I mean, think about.
Would
okay,
you
so,
do it?
I'm pretty sure after 2 months I'll lose it, because like
You know,
okay,
Gary Shandling is a good one to look at, right? So he was. So when Carson retired, the three people that they thought would get it
Yeah.
were Letterman, Leno, and Gary Shandling. And I think Shandling was like the number one pick for it. And he had done the most guest hosting, or he was a huge guest host,
Right.
and done really well as a guest host on Carson. But he, throughout his career, did that thing where he was like, he would do something for a year and
Yeah.
be like, okay, I've done enough of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he
and
would
they're like
move
that's
on.
not how the late night show works.
Yeah, like his
Yeah.
show, the Gary Shandling show, crushed. And in fact, it was so seminal because the writing team from The Simpsons
Yeah.
started on the Gary Shandling show.
Wow.
And not only that, but a lot of the ideas that The Simpsons are known for pioneering were ideas that they did on the Gary Shandling show.
Right.
Just as one example, so like The Simpsons famously very early on, I don't know if they still do it now, but they would build an episode about a cultural thing, like for
Right.
example, the movie The Graduate, or
Yeah.
like a Streetcar Named Desire, like a
Yeah.
play or whatever. They would recreate a story that was already out there and do it through the Simpsons voice, and that was what they used to do on the Gary Shandling show.
I think they do that for the Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh yeah, they do.
They
yeah.
do. Many snippets of them,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
exactly, yeah.
like Bart and the Raven, you know, all
Yeah,
that
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah. So they play off of kind of these movies and everything, and make the variations on The Simpsons.
But
as
just
well.
that basic idea, which The Simpsons was so famous for early
Yeah.
on, that came from when the same writing team worked on
Yeah.
the Gary Shandling show.
I would use that as an example. Like when I do the Melbourne Comedy Festival and I'm there, let's say, for the whole month, regardless if I'm doing like just 2 weeks or even the whole 4 week run and everything.
Yeah.
After 4 weeks, I'm like, dude, I need like, at least 2 weeks of nothing funny now. I cannot. do
Right.
it.
Well,
do you just get
4
tired
weeks
of the act as well?
You're
get
saying
tired
4
of-
weeks of nothing funny wasn't enough for you?
Hey, have you not seen my show? Hey. No, because I think I just get tired of the same motion, which is why
Yeah.
I cannot be in an office job.
Yeah.
Not because I cannot do
Oh,
the job.
yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
be in the same repetitive side. I need
Yeah.
every day to have like some variations.
Well, we were talking to Fionn about that. Is like, I love this idea of like, just if you could get a camera on people that day when they walk in, they're like, this is a lot of the same.
Yeah. It's boring as hell, right? Like,
Yeah.
you watch the episode, you're like, this
And
is
they're
the same
just like,
episode.
I don't know if I like this. And then someone's like, did you touch my soup in the and they're like, I'm out.
Exactly, precisely.
I like. Do you guys watch the show Afterlife
No.
from Ricky Gervais?
I know about it, but
Because you were telling me about your wife quitting the job and how funny it was that she just went like, kind of like, hey, I don't like you, you're fat, you're ugly, I'm out.
just
kind of.
because my parents listened to this. She did not say people were fat and ugly in that place of work.
But you know, the idea is like
She
you're
may
just telling
have
them.
She may have shared some candid observations about people she works with.
But Afterlife is kind of like that. When Ricky Gervais' character, his wife, who is deeply in love with, dies of cancer, it was horrible, and he just gave up on life, but he's too much of a coward to kill himself. So he just kind of wants people to kill him, actually, in a way. And that's where the comedy comes from. He just literally goes to the office, he's just like, I just don't care anymore. I just don't care about your stupid fucking job. And it's really funny.
Did you ever see the movie Office Space?
I have
Yes,
not, no.
yeah, it was
Oh,
Jennifer Aniston
I
and
think
stuff,
it was
yeah.
like maybe you're a little bit young for it. It was
Yeah.
like, but it was huge in the 90s or something. And basically, this guy goes through the same thing where he's like, I'm going to stop working at work.
Right.
And he keeps getting promoted.
I love
I
this.
like your attitude, you know?
Yeah.
And then like the guys working are getting, there's one dude they keep moving him into a smaller office. And at one point they're like, we got to move you into a new cubicle. He's like, this is the basement. And he's like, yeah, I can't have all those pens though. He's just like,
It's just getting worse.
Oh, man.
So yeah, there is a lot coming up. For I think it's opening up properly now in
Yeah.
Hong Kong. How do you feel? You're the most
even the
experienced among the
Cantonese
few of
shows
us.
are opening up. We're having regular
That's
shows.
a big sign. When
Yeah.
the
Big sign.
Cantonese shows are opening up, I mean, it shows how comfortable people are.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. More and more, like,
Because usually the local people are more reserved in a way
Definitely,
in
yeah.
being in crowds in
number
events
one,
like that,
being
right?
around strangers and everything. Number two is like, is this really necessary? So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't have to be at the show. I could always watch the videos online.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So yeah, the shows are doing well. I'll give you an example. I mean, Tim Chan, he's doing his one-man Cantonese show.
Yeah.
Oh, Y Theatre.
Yeah, Y
Beautiful
Theatre, right?
theatre.
Yeah, 400
That's
seats.
awesome.
What's the date for that?
3rd of July.
Damn,
the
all right.
show.
If you are
Yeah.
listening,
you have a
and
few
you-
weeks to learn your Cantonese.
Exactly.
Come watch the show. And
You-
he sold already like 300 something seats. Already sold.
That's
He's
great.
got a
Wow,
maximum
that's
capacity
amazing.
right now. They're giving him like 75% capacity, so that's like 400 seats.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful
All right.
theatre.
Yeah, fantastic, man. I mean, so there you go. I mean, the fact that you got 300, hopefully strangers sitting next to each other. Well,
Yeah.
4x4, that's a really good sign. So definitely people are more comfortable. You're still never going to be able to overcome the discomfort of the stranger sitting next to you on the train, though.
Yeah, but Garen was telling me that, I don't know if that's 100% true. He was saying that since they announced all these incentives for people to take the vaccine,
Oh yeah.
it shot up. He said it's like 0.5% every day of people
crazy.
getting vaccinated, which means in 100 days we should reach herd immunity.
You know,
Wow.
it is insightful though as to like how important the incentives are.
I know, yeah.
You just got to get the incentives right, and
Yeah.
And you also don't have to give them to anybody. You could just get people vaccinated. You're like, never mind.
Yeah.
There's no incentive.
Yeah. Like,
Wow, but that would-
Vaccines.
Oh yeah, the government is gonna screw people over.
Yeah, I don't think they would mess with the trust that they've.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, what a shocker.
Let's be honest though. The flat, it is
Kuntang.
number one. And I guarantee, like, no one's seen the details. They haven't announced the details. It's definitely gonna be the corner flat with poor ventilation,
Yeah.
horrible feng shui.
Yeah.
And
Isn't the corner flat a good one?
I don't know. They'll find a way.
I think the feng
They'll
shui.
find a
Like,
way
I
for
think
sure.
it's where the ghosts
What's
are.
wrong with the corner flat? You got double
You-
windows.
No, like if you have a fire, you're the last one that reaches the staircase.
Is this a real thing that people think?
This is what I think.
So it sucks.
Wait,
Okay.
hang on a second.
So let me.
You live in a corner flat.
No, I live in a single floor flat, so I'm right next.
Yeah,
to
dude,
it.
he
you
has
got
the
two
whole floor.
corners.
Let me explain to you. Every flat
Dude,
has four
he has his
corners.
own private elevator.
Yeah.
That's how baller this guy
yeah,
is.
This guy, look at me.
Yeah, the first
whole
time I
building
came
shares
over-
it, but my floor is
We're like,
Yeah,
hey,
first time I came over, I walk in, you're like, oh, I'm already inside the house. This is so weird.
We're like, hey Vivek, what's the best place to see the view of the skyline in Hong Kong? He's like, my bedroom.
That's right.
Wah, wah, wah.
Are you filtering?
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you been listening to? Porn with trombones playing?
Like, hey girl, let's get dirty.
Wah, wah, wah.
You know, at the start of the porn when someone starts playing a tuba.
Yeah. So this is not one of those tips they had in the how to make your video.
Oh, yeah.
Start your video. Wah, wah, wah. So the other day,
How to make videos that don't suck. Or tuba.
Sadly enough, so for certain comedy shows and certain comedians, when they do their bit, you hear a wah, wah, wah in your
Yeah. But is that a thing? Because in mainland China, in Mandarin shows, sometimes they have this stupid fucking effects that I hate.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Not in the live shows.
Oh, sometimes they do.
No, the TV shows they do.
Yeah. So, but like I was doing a show. You have a similar story. Same DJ in Wuhan.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the African DJ in Wuhan comedy club, the guy who just runs the music or whatever, he thinks it's funny
Def
if he
Comedy Jam?
contributes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'll be like setting up a bit, and he goes, "Brum, tss." Like not even like
God.
actual live. Like he
Yeah.
just has like a
There's
button.
a dude sitting there at a
Yeah.
soundboard.
The
Yeah, yeah.
samples
Guy.
ready to go.
Beep, 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 beep. He goes,
Yeah.
"Pew, pew, 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 pew."
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, please stop.
And I just stopped. I'm like,
I've
can
been
you
there many
never-
times, and the last time I yelled at him. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's not funny.
Yeah, it
Can you
doesn't work,
please?
man.
It doesn't work. You're interrupting me. You're
Yeah.
throwing me off. Stop
Yeah.
it. And he goes,
It's
okay.
bizarre. I actually did a
He
show.
unplugged his equipment.
I put out the power on him.
Oh,
And the guy kept hitting the buttons.
yeah, he's like, "Whoa, why?
He legitimately was just like, and he was there for ages. I could see him like looking back and forth, like trying to figure out what was
Yeah.
wrong with it. And I'd like just throw in the.
I don't know if you can tell anything about Wuhan, but yeah, that's
I
that's
get
a
it.
level in
That's the
Wuhan.
level we're working at.
That
Yeah.
place was wild, dude. Someone offered me acid before I'd walked off the stage.
Why are you there? Like, oh, by the way,
This guy's like, "You want some acid?" I'm like, I'm standing in front of the crowd. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Can I please
Finish my
Can I please get off the stage, sir?"
yeah,
They're living in, and you do those gigs, man. They smoke.
Oh yeah.
Like,
the room, yeah.
Oh no, they're
see-
smoking weed. I don't care. I will protect them no longer. They're smoking weed at my show.
I mean,
In Wuhan.
I don't know if I ever identified the people smoking weed, but certainly like the
Oh, I can tell them by name. I can say the names right now.
Sure, but the level of cigarette smoke.
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah. No, you're right.
Astounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I had that show. I think when we did the Magners show. I think when I was in the Philippines, there was one show with like crazy smoking. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It was like a dive bar, and I'm like, why am I even here? This is terrible.
Yeah, I had one in. God, where was it? It wasn't.
I mean, Hangzhou people smoke at the gigs as well.
There was a gig that we did. It wasn't Wuhan, but it was.
Wuxi, Red Lion, they smoke
it was
there.
further than that. There was one.
No, I'm just trying to remember now that actually almost every road gig in mainland China,
yeah.
people smoke except for Beijing and Shanghai.
Well, we really worked on getting to cut down the smoking.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was the one that Turner did where he did a gig where 90% of the audience was a bachelor party that had been out for 2 days.
I remember that.
And the bus dropped them at the show.
Yeah.
And what city was that?
I don't remember.
China?
I think
Yeah, I was like, but it was white people.
I think it might have been
course.
Suzhou
Of course,
actually.
bachelor party.
No, it wasn't Suzhou.
If it was like Chinese people, they'd probably-
You know what it was? It was
Or Kunshan or
Hebei.
something.
It was
Oh yeah.
Hefei.
Yes, Hefei. That's it. We did it only once.
No,
And
I've done it several times.
Yeah, well,
a bunch
I've
of
been
times.
only once, and
Yeah.
yeah, that place is rough too. Hefei is fair.
Shipyard.
Yeah,
The
shipyard.
shipyard.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I was there
everyone,
with
if you go
Klosik.
to Hefei,
Yeah,
don't go to the
Hefei.
shipyard.
Oh, well, I don't want to like throw their.
Oh yeah, our listeners
Yeah.
in Hefei, our huge fan base.
You might not have fans at Hefei, but I have one.
Yeah.
I used to before you shit on his bar.
No, speaking of DJs though, I've actually done a gig. It was actually here in Hong Kong at a bar called Liquid. I think now it's called Rulabula.
I know Rule Bulla.
Yeah, so
I've
it
done a
used to
gig
be-
there.
So it used to be
Rule,
Liquid.
it's called Rule Alive now.
Oh, you realize? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
we
it
were
used
there
to-
last night watching the game.
Oh, really?
Great bar.
Oh, nice.
It's
Yeah,
right
yeah, it's very
behind
nice.
the California Tower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the corner. It used to be called Liquid. I remember.
Yeah,
And then
Rule
we-
Alive now.
They did a show called Women Come First. So it was like basically the idea is that it's basically women come to watch the show, the comedy show, and behind.
Yeah.
Clearly, it wasn't talking about sex.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
That's. I mean,
And
that's what I
thing-
thought of the first thing, which means it's clever.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look
title.
at that. So
Yeah.
you would stand right in front of the DJ booth. And I remember precisely because DJ Groove is a pretty famous DJ here in Hong
You
Kong.
said GJ Booth.
GJ Booth?
And corrected to DJ Booth.
No, I thought you were saying DJ Groove. Is that what you're
That's his
saying?
name, yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
there you go.
his name
He's
is
saying DJ Groove,
I
you
said DJ
idiot.
Groove. Yeah, the DJ's name is actually DJ Groove. He's
There you
pretty
go.
famous here in Hong Kong. And so he would be there, and they would have him sit at the DJ booth, and he's just sitting there going like, okay, this is pointless. And it was weird because like the whole time you're doing a show with
Yeah.
your back facing the DJ.
Right, and he's just like...
He's just
yeah,
watching you.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything.
You can't do that because
Yeah.
they don't laugh.
No, yeah.
Because I don't
Because
blame
there's a
him.
dude staring at them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you feel it staring at your head.
Can
And
you
I
please
remember-
say DJ Groove in his DJ booth 10 times?
And DJ Groove in his DJ booth. DJ Groove in his DJ
It
booth.
should be your warm up before you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, exactly. Just sound bite.
Wah, wah, wah.
I need more tuba.
Yeah. The only time he actually interrupted, well, not interrupted, but joined in was I was talking about me doing yoga, and he actually started doing some yoga.
No, he didn't.
What?
Like yoga music in the
So
back.
playing
and-
Enya.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Oh
And
my
that's when I
God.
was like, all right, this is gonna get weird.
I think there are some people like if they're part of the production of the show, sometimes you just really especially if you're doing well, you
Yeah.
just want to be part
They're
of
like,
it.
"I just wanna
They're like, how
get in."
can I just like fuck with the light? Maybe people are gonna
Yeah.
laugh at that.
Yeah.
It's like, or can you not?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not your
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do mess with the comedians at our show sometimes, like
Yeah.
when like the music is late or whatever, and they go up, and then I'm like, wait,
push it
I
back
just
up.
like
Yeah,
push
yeah,
it back up. I'm
But
like,
that- yeah.
that's harmless though.
Yeah,
Like
at
I'm not
least it's in the
interrupt the
beginning.
punchline.
So
It's at
basically,
the
what you're
beginning.
saying is it's only okay when he's doing
Yeah,
it.
Exactly,
at the
yeah.
beginning of the show.
Yeah, when you run the show, yes, it's correct.
Of
You
course,
you
yeah.
may.
That we used to every now and then, if the comedian was shitting on the booker or something, we'd turn the lights off.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Or
Yeah.
fade out the mics
Yeah,
and everything.
and we
Yeah,
fade out
yeah.
the mic. Actually, we used to do it like when people started talking shit about the Chinese government.
Yeah.
But sometimes we actually have to mute the mics.
Yeah.
Like when people go too far in
Yeah.
Shanghai, obviously.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
And then they like the audience would laugh and then the comic knows they fucked up, and then they change the topic.
Yeah.
Well,
fair
it's also
enough.
if it's an open mic and you need to get them off the stage.
Yeah.
I'll kill the mic, and if they try to keep going, I'll turn the music on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've had to do that many
The Oscar
times.
thing, yeah.
Um,
the only one I've done is like this guy Kenneth Kwan.
Yeah, I know Kenneth.
Yeah.
Kenneth, so he used to come to open mics or like at shows, and he would
Yeah.
sometimes just like riff off of, for example, like he'll be like the fourth comic, and he'll have a little notebook, and he'll kind of write notes about the previous three comics and joke about them.
Oh, nice.
And usually, let's say I'm the host or whatever.
Yeah.
And if he jokes about me, I just fade out the mic straight up.
You're like, nah, we're not friends. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. No, that way. And he knows, and I'm like, no, dude. You see where I'm standing? I'm with the power. You keep talking. Make
That's
them laugh
funny.
now. Yeah.
That's funny.
The funniest I've heard of was so Butch Bradley, after he had these like meltdown in Shanghai, he was doing a show, I think to try and raise money for a flight to get out of there.
I remember that show. It was
He
so funny.
sold 4 tickets, and there was a DJ booth at the back of the room. 4 tickets, right? 4 people sitting in the audience. Halfway through his set, one of the women got up from the front row. 4 people sitting in the front row, walked to the back of the room, unplugged his microphone, and said, "Please stop."
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you imagine?
First of all, props to her to know how the microphone is connected.
yeah,
And,
I was like,
Yeah,
"Damn,
yeah,
girl,
you're
you
like-
work in production? Can I give you a job?"
no, she's like, this is the lead cable coming in here. That's the signal flow. I know what's going on over
If
here.
I tried to do that, I'd be like, walk over and pull it out. Oh, that was the wrong one. This one. Oh,
All right, yeah.
my
Question
bad.
for you: when do you think we can tour people in?
Tour people in Hong Kong,
Well,
I would
Yeah.
give it at least a year, man. Like at the rate.
A year from now?
Oh, wait, no, till the end of the year. As in,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, okay.
And like 2022. I would say 2022 you can, simply because
Q1, hopefully.
I think so, because see, the problem now is that the government's still taking too long about the quarantine measures.
I know,
Like,
it's
if
so
you're
ridiculous,
vaccinated,
yeah.
How long you get quarantined?
We had Ben Cowling on the podcast, and he's advising the government, if you are fully vaccinated, just drop quarantine, just drop it.
Oh, that
That's
would
what you need to
that would
do.
be night and day. Because like,
Yeah.
okay, so I'll give you an example. The Hong Kong Philharmonic, when I was doing their gigs for them, they would have fly in these conductors and everything, and they would have to do the full 21-day quarantine.
Yeah.
Right, and they were having rotations, as in like, you would come in on the first week of May, and you would come in on the third week of May, and we've got you in quarantine for 21 days. you're
That's
doing 21 days.
crazy.
And we're doing concerts with, let's say, the composer A, and while
Yeah.
composer B is doing quarantine. You know,
It's
just
so much money lost.
so much.
So much.
Yeah.
So much, yeah. So that's the issue. Because
Yeah.
also, even if, let's say, things are all safe and everything, you know, if you're a comedian, you're being told you're going to be quarantined for 2 weeks. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
No, yeah,
You're putting me
exactly.
in a room alone for 14 days. You understand
Yeah.
the worst case. I would say at least till the end of the year. Simply
Okay.
Because all the big events, like, you know, end of year events or like Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
that's a very big thing. Because like if you still have things locked down mostly during Chinese New Year, that's huge loss. Just in general for the whole industry,
Yeah.
right? So I would say end of 2021 is when things can be.
But do you think we can go a little bigger here with capacities and stuff?
I would say you
they'll
can
get to
because
100, yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of venues will be like just needing to have something going on.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what, we'll cut the prices down, just fill
Right.
up the room. We need to fill up the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm very sure they'll keep the 4 seat per group kind of issue.
Oh.
They will definitely. I'm very sure.
Because
Yeah.
of the protesting control.
That as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
that will remain. So unfortunately, like capacity, you have to build like 1,000 seat room and maybe do a show for 200 people.
Yeah.